I don't think saying Muslims love Jesus, it's right. I mean, that's too big of a word.
Okay.
You know, we do respect him and believe that he was a prophet of God, but loving him,
do you love your mother?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so would it be very loving of you to lie about who your mother was, who her identity,
No.
her purpose?
Yeah.
So that's what the Quran does. It lies about the identity, the mission, and the message of the Messiah.
Absolutely not.
It absolutely does.
No.
So that's not love. That's actually slander.
No, it's not slander. It's truth.
Because it's written, it's libelous. So it's very problematic for you to claim that you love Jesus and then lie about who he is.
I never said I love Jesus. That's why I was telling you I don't love him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you.
And that's for good reason, because according to the Quran, Jesus did absolutely and completely nothing for Muslims. So I don't know why it is that you guys make it an article of faith to believe in Jesus when he did nothing for you.
Well, we don't make it an article of faith. It's just some
name one thing Jesus did for Muslims. How do Muslims benefit as a result of Jesus's existence?
But we might not do so. That's not.
You have absolutely, completely no reason to love him. It's like you guys loving Santa Claus.
Yeah, we don't love him. I don't love him, so
exactly. Santa Claus never existed, like Miriam never existed, right?
But
it's a figment of somebody's imagination.
I think what the Quran teaches about Jesus is true. You know, Jesus was never God, never claimed to be God. Even the other day I was reading the Gospel of John. All it talks about is that he's doing the will of the Father.
Well, let's forget about that. Let's go over.
Okay.
Let's go to Isaiah chapter 44, verse 6.
Yeah.
What does that say? Can you read that? Can you read that for me, Rudy?
Man, they so off the home base. It's crazy.
I just want to say that the people who don't want Jesus to die, they claiming that those people don't love Jesus.
Yeah.
Why not want him to be?
We didn't want Jesus to die either.
They want him to be the one.
Peter didn't want Jesus
to
die.
And you want him to get tortured.
Nah, bro. See, what you don't understand is the disciples did not want Jesus to die. But because it was part of God's predetermined plan and foreknowledge that he would die, they accepted the gospel message.
This is why you don't have atonement for your sin, Eunice.
It was the devil.
You should be jumping up and down that Jesus did go and unalive on the cross.
It was the devil's plan.
Yeah, it was his plan.
But God works all things because from God's sovereignty, he worked it out to be for the good of humanity.
So God needed.
But Allah don't know nothing about it.
So Eunice, Eunice, let me explain to you why you guys trying to make that claim is futile. Number one, there's a difference between willing something and the purpose behind the will. So, for instance, let's say that you was a very good football player, right?
Yeah,
it was your father's will that you played professional football, right? And the reason why your father wants that is because he used to play ball, but in college he hurt himself and he wasn't able to go to the pros. But he saw your talent and he saw that you could possibly make it, so he willed that you made it, right? To the professional level. Your mom, like your father, also willed that you made it to the professional level, right? To the NFL here in the United States, right? But the purpose behind her willing that you make it to the pros is so that you could get a multi-million-dollar contract and buy her a house. So both your mom and your dad willed the same thing for you, but the purpose behind why they willed it was completely different. The father willed that the son die or it be unalived, and Satan willed that he was unalive, but for two completely different reasons. And it's the reason behind the willing that matters, not the fact that they both willed the same thing.
All right. So thank you, sir. But, you know.
No, it's not but anything.
Okay.
Do you understand what I just explained to you?
Yeah. You say, okay, the Father wanted.
Exactly. So the purpose behind Satan willing that Jesus be unalive, was that the same as the Father's will?
Republic. Can I say?
No. It's simple, bro. Was the purpose behind their wills the same?
Can I speak, or do you want to?
No, it's a simple question, so we can move on.
No, we cannot move on because I don't agree with what you just said. Can I say
you
something?
have to agree. You ain't got no choice but to agree.
What do you mean?
Theologically, was Satan's purpose behind Jesus being unalive the same as the Father's purpose for him being unalive?
Republic, am I allowed to speak on this panel?
Or are you going to answer the question?
I don't agree with what you just said. Can I tell you why I disagree?
What's wrong with what I just said?
All right, thank you. What was wrong with what you said was Jesus claiming that these people are trying to unalive him because this is the will of their father, the devil. If they were the children of Abraham, they wouldn't want to unalive him because Abraham is a prophet of God, and God doesn't want him to die. That's what Jesus says. This, what you just did, this has no bearing in what that scripture says. Because if Jesus knew all that, he wouldn't have gone later on to pray to God to be saved from that cup.
He didn't. He didn't. He didn't. He prayed that the Father's will be done.
Hebrews 5 verse 7. He said the will of the Father.
That says that word saved comes from the saved from death is the Greek word ek, which means out of.
So
the other Greek preposition used is apo, which means up and away from. So in other words, for you to be saved out of something, let's say a theater is burning. As a matter of fact, ek is the prefix and where we get the word exit from. The only way you can exit out of something is if you were first in it. So when it says saved from death, it means out of death. He was in death and he was saved out of it, exited out of it. So you're wrong on the lexical level. Yeah. Second of all, Jesus being unalive is mentioned twice in chapter 2 of Hebrews. So even before you get to chapter 5, you already learned that Jesus is unalive twice. Then after chapter 5 of Hebrews, it's mentioned twice that he was unalive. So 2 times before chapter 5 and 2 times after, in the very same book of Hebrews, it says he was unalive.
All right, so now Republic.
That's how ridiculously stupid you guys are.
Thank you,
in
sir.
Your interpretation of the book of Hebrews.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, so everybody, 135 people in here. You heard.
Yeah, they just all 135 people just saw you get your hat brought to you.
Bro, I patiently wait for you to speak, but you can't do the same for me. I don't know why. But anyway.
All you keep spewing is nonsense, man. We got to get to the point, bro. I've been on panels with you before.
Bro, but this is your panel. If I spew nonsense.
This is Brother Life's panel.
You're a Christian, aren't you?
By the grace of God.
All right, so the grace of God, that you're a Christian, and I came into this panel, the panel that you have control over. You can mute me. You can talk over me. And
I didn't mute. And as a matter of fact, I got mod privileges. I don't know how that happened, but I haven't muted you and I haven't kicked you down. I just want a straight up answer, bro. Was Satan's purpose behind willing Jesus's death by crucifixion the same as the Father's?
All right. So yes. So I say that the Father did not want him to die because that's what he said. These people, you guys trying to unalive me, you're trying to do the will of the devil. He says that because if you are hold on, bro, because if you are claiming to be children of Abraham, Abraham does not want this. So this, what you want to unalive me, is the will of the devil, your father. So now Jesus clearly now saying that the Father does not want him to die because later on, and I brought that up to say, later on, Jesus says, asking God, save this cup away from me. And I brought Hebrew 5 verse 7, which we say, being
Which you
saved.
got your hat
Hold on,
brought
bro.
to. No, bro, we're not going any further. You're not going to use Hebrews as a
Can I
proof
s-
text or anything
Bro, can I
because you're
speak,
lying
bro?
about what the text actually says.
Please, can I speak?
No, you can't use Hebrews 5:7. You just got.
I am too.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Because it's not saying what you're saying.
He does say too.
Your satanic interpretation of that verse
All right.
is not
So
going to be
to
utilized
read
as a
the
proof
plain
text.
reading, the plain reading of the text is satanic. Yes.
No, your interpretation.
So, hold
Of it.
on. I'm not interpreting nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
are.
are.
I just
am not
gave you.
I'm
I
not
just-
interpreting.
We
that
hit
text.
we
I'm
hit
just
the
reading.
Greek on that subject. As a matter of fact, I think Sister Connie got a video that I did on it, man. You
All
do
right,
good to check it out.
Yeah, I watched
type-
it, and I
type
watched
in
it, Brother
Hebrews.
DL, and it was excellent. It was excellent.
Oh, you saw that
Congratulations on the
word?
video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so go to YouTube, man. Type in the Prophets Republic Plus, and you'll see a video. I even give I think I did a PowerPoint presentation, so you can unmistakably see what that word from, the English word from, is translated from the Greek word ek, meaning out of.
All right, thank you, sir. So congratulations on the video. I'm not going to go on YouTube and give you one more view. No, I'm not going to do that.
No, I know, but it's not
the plain-
necessary because I already explained it.
All right, thank you. The plain reading of the text says that he prayed to be saved and he was heard.
Yeah, but no, it says throughout his life.
He prayed.
That's why you got to read Luke chapter
and he
12
was
verse
heard.
50. Read Luke chapter 12 verse 50.
Oh, I'm asking,
What
does it say
Jesus
that-
did in the Garden of Gethsemane is something he did throughout
ask you-
his life.
The plain reading of the text, does it say that he prayed to be saved and he was heard?
Where? When?
You don't know where?
Is chapter 5 verse 7 of Hebrews making reference to Jesus praying in the Garden of Gethsemane?
All right, so you know. So
No, I
you
asked you a
pray-
question, bro.
Okay, so you haven't answered.
Okay, is chapter 5, verse 7 of Hebrews making
Republic,
reference
you haven't
to
answered
the
my
one
question.
time Jesus fell on his face in the Garden of Gethsemane and prayed that the Father would deliver him from that hour, pass the cup from him?
So okay,
Was that what
does
Hebrews 5,
say-
7 was making reference to?
Okay, but see, before I answer
Man,
your
you can't get a straight answer from this dude.
No, but
It's either
bro,
yes or no, bro.
you didn't answer my question, Republic.
Okay, Eunice, throughout the Gospels, does it actually says, hold on, so because we can nip this in the bud, does it actually says that Jesus was crucified throughout the Gospel? Don't go to Hebrews, but throughout the very Gospels that you're trying to reference about Jesus praying in the Garden of Gethsemane.
But this is unfair.
Eunice, hold on. Did he proceed to go and be crucified, Eunice?
This is unfair because you know why it's unfair? Because I asked my questions and people don't want to
And
answer.
they
my
answered
questions.
them.
They want no, they
Brother
don't.
DL has answered your questions.
No,
Bro.
he didn't.
Yeah, he gave
here,
you
let me-
even the
I asked him
interpretation
a
of
specific
Hebrews
question. I
5:7.
asked
Here,
him,
I'm
I
going to
said,
go to the Gospel of Luke, folks, chapter 12,
you
verses.
can go wherever you want
40,
as long as
40.
you're answering my question.
Eunice,
49
answer
and
my
50.
question. That's why you didn't want to answer it. Does the
Nobody
Gospels
answered my
teach-
question.
Eunice, does the Gospels teach that Jesus was crucified, bro?
I say Simon of Cyrene was crucified in the gospel.
Okay, that's how you ignorant, right?
That's
there.
another lie that
Get
you
out of here. Get out of here. Watch your head, bro. Go ahead and talk to Blingy, because maybe he can answer questions. Eunice don't.
Well, let me just substantiate what I was saying. So this is Luke chapter 12, verses 49 and 50. Jesus says, "I came to bring fire on the earth, and how I wish it were already set ablaze. But I have a baptism to undergo, and how it consumes me until it is finished." What I kept asking him was, does Hebrews chapter 5, verse 7 only refer to Jesus' praying in the Garden of Gethsemane? But that's not what the text says. The text says throughout his life, right? He made those prayers. It consumed him. Death by baptism, right? That he spoke of consumed him. He says it consumes me until it is accomplished. So it wasn't just in the Garden of Gethsemane where Jesus had those discussions with the Father.